Hi there. I'm back. This is Jules Brown. Off the cuff reviews. This is I've been away for 11 months, doing other stuff, and I just decided I want to come back and do a few more reviews. As you can see, I've got some new pictures up on the wall, and a few things have changed in the interim, um, and but I decided to come back. Hope you're all well out there. I think the setup's changed a little bit. I didn't get the chance to put a lovely picture of myself up there at the beginning, so I don't know what's going on. So in the meantime, you can have a little look around, and our background there, which is a bit more exciting than it used to be. Our cat's up there somewhere as well. But anyway, I'm sorry to drone on. I want to review this album by the Jazz Butcher Conspiracy called Waiting for the Love Bus, released under the name The Jazz Butcher Conspiracy rather than The Jazz Butcher in 1993. Looks like I bought this album in Polar Bear Records in Huddersfield, and I believe I bought that in 1996, a few years after the album came out. I'm extremely fond of this album, and as it's very relevant and poignant to me at the moment, as Pat Fish of the Jazz Butcher has recently and sadly passed away. So I wanted to review this album. It came out, as I say, in 1993. Most famous, I guess, Jazz Butcher has more famous albums that came out in the 80s. More obvious ones to review perhaps would be Fishcoteque or Sex and Travel. But as much as I like those albums, I wanted to do this one. Just a quick review, basically. This is the most beautiful Jazz Butcher album. I'm not just saying that subjectively. It's a fact. This album is pretty gorgeous. After Condition Blue, the album before that, which came out in 91, that was a nice enough album, but it was a bit more edgy than this one. This has got an array of beautiful songs on it, including Wadya, which is spelled Whaddya, the most beautiful song that the Jazz Butcher ever recorded in my eyes. This is on the album. Starts off with Rosemary Davis' World of Sound as a beautiful, quite psychedelic tune. And it has other really nice ballady tracks on it as well. I've mentioned Wadya. Ghosts is a nice track. Ben and Penguins. There's a real torch song sound to the track called Baltic, and another beautiful penultimate track on the album, Angel Station. Angel Station Still Closed. Yeah, it's produced by his friend in Leeds, and Richard Formby produced it in his own studio, I believe. Richard Formby, who has worked with Pat before. I think Richard Formby, he worked with Spectrum, the band that were formed after Spaceman 3 split up, and then the two guys went two different ways, Spectrum and Spiritualized, respectively. So Richard Formby plays guitars on the album, as does a guy called Peter Crouch. I like to think it's not the same 6'8", once centre forward, ex-QPR, and several other clubs. I don't think it's the same chap. which would be fucking weird. But yeah, I just can't recommend this album enough. And well, it wasn't a dry eye, I should say. There wasn't a dry eye in the house when I was listening to this just a few minutes ago. Recorded in Leeds in 1993. Waiting for the Love Bus. Beautiful album. I'm going to give it a 9, at least a 9 out of 10. And that's not just out of sentimentality or nostalgia. That's a genuine 9. I've always had a thing about this album, and I hope I was very lucky to meet Pat Fish. I put on gigs and dragged him up to play a gig in Shipley, and I met him and had a chat with him, and it was a privilege. And didn't talk to him about this album, although I think I shouted when he was playing at the gig I put on. I think I shouted for Wodja, the song, and I think he commented, but didn't play it. So there you go. But anyway, there's the album. Thanks for listening again. It's good to be back. Sorry if it's slightly stilted. It is live. If you want to leave a comment or subscribe, then click on the little icon and pass any comments. That would be great. And I hope you're coping well in these present conditions. Okay, thanks a lot for signing. You've been listening to OT. How does it abbreviate to? Off the Cuff Reviews. OTCR. That's right. Thanks again.